Alright guys, hope you had a safe and happy new year. Now let this string of awesome 2015 movies begin. But first, let's review a shitty horror movie. Okay, so The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death. So The Woman in Black 2 takes place in London 1941 and Nazis are just bombing the shit out of the city. And these two teachers, played by God knows who their names are, and they take these children whose parents got killed in the attacks to an evacuation house. And of course this house they are taken to, it's the last house you ever want to come across. It's like in the realms of in the abyss of nowhere, if that makes sense. Probably not. But sounds cool. This abandoned house, of course, contains the Woman in Black. Creepy stuff happens, and we have our horror movie. Now, to get this out of the way, I haven't seen the original Woman in Black with Daniel Radcliffe. I've heard good and bad about the movie. It was way before I started to do movie reviews, so I steered clear of that film. If it's ever on Netflix and I have nothing to do, maybe I'll watch it. What a great way to start off 2015, because oh my god, The Woman in Black 2 was boring. It wasn't like any other boring. It was the type where it seems like it was purposely trying to put you to sleep. Because first you got the characters in the movie, and yeah, I still don't know what their names are. For the most part, their acting was pretty good for a horror movie. I was actually really surprised by that. I thought I was gonna rip into this movie for the acting, but it turns out I'm not gonna do that based on their acting chops. The movie does something, and numerous amounts of times they try to make you care about these characters. The way they present them, you just don't give a shit about them. Like this one guy who shows up in the film, he literally pops up out of nowhere and becomes this like love interest for the main woman. I'm like, it's gonna be that movie, A lot of the character aspects were extremely forced, and it makes you root for the Woman in Black to get these assholes. And not only that, but the way they function, it's like their brains are backwards. Every red light indicating what you shouldn't do in a horror film, they do it anyway. There's a noise in the basement, go investigate it. You think there's someone in a room with you? You yell hello. Their stupidity sometimes overshadows their so-called intelligence in the movie, and it just makes the movie less scary for me. And when they do present the Woman in Black, her every move is like super predictable. It's one of those things where if you watch the trailer, that's all she really does in the movie. Have a few jump scares to freak the audience out, and it does that job poorly. The jump scares, they were everywhere in this movie. I have to admit, this one scene where this one kid is laying in his bed and he's looking at a hole in the ceiling, and you see this hand move and creep its way back inside. I would have been more freaked out if the trailer didn't show that part. But it literally shows every terrifying scene, and it just detracts from the whole movie. Because I like being surprised, and this movie had none of that when it comes to horror. So The Woman in Black 2 had shitty characters you don't care about. They were pretty stupid, and some characters like the love interest douchebag were forced. The Woman in Black herself just provided a few jump scares that weren't even scary, and the trailer literally shows everything she does. Just watch the trailer. That's really your Woman in Black 2. I was gonna give this an abomination, but if it wasn't for the acting, this movie wouldn't have gotten a grade up. If you're ever gonna watch The Woman in Black 2, wait till it gets to Netflix release. Have you guys seen The Woman in Black 2? What did you think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, leave a comment below. And of course, there's a link for my Twitter and my Facebook in the description below, but in the meantime, I have to get— Whoa! That's how the jump scares were. Seriously, they're that fucking stupid.